BMNR, aka Bitmine, has been the wild child of crypto stocks lately. Are you sitting on a tiny green trade from $26 or nursing a wounded long from $161? If you want the short elevator pitch, Bitmine Immersion Technologies, ticker BMNR, has pivoted into being an ETH treasury company, meaning the company's balance sheet is stuffed primarily with Ethereum and some Bitcoin and cash, and the corporate strategy is to increase ETH per share. That's not we mine for profits first, it's we hold crypto as the primary asset. The company itself and recent filings/press releases show millions of ETH held and total crypto plus cash holdings quoted in the billions. That's the key structural fact that makes BMNR behave less like a classic tech company and more like a public ETF-ish crypto treasury. Important recent moves. Context. The company disclosed holdings of about 4,203,036 ETH, that's over 4 million ETH, and other crypto/cash holdings that bring the total to roughly $14.5 billion as of the press release. That's huge and the main reason the stock trades like an ETH proxy. Bitmine also announced a $200 million investment in Beast Industries, a Mr. Beast-linked venture, and has expanded corporate flexibility through an authorized shares increase, moves that show management wants both crypto exposure and opportunistic off-treasury ventures. Why that matters? BMNR's price now tends to track large moves in ETH and crypto sentiment. When Bitcoin or Ethereum run, BMNR often follows. When macro or tariff chatter spooks markets, BMNR can get dumped harder because it's not a cash-flowing dividend machine, it's a treasury on a public listing. That makes it inherently volatile and driven more by crypto macro than by conventional revenues. Important baseline numbers. Shares outstanding is almost equal to 454.86 million. Market cap is almost equal to $13.1 billion and price recently in the mid-$20s to high-$20s range. If you are a trader, short time horizon, like scalp/swing if you bought near $25 to $27, your note says $26 that was a decent scalp entry. At current $28 you're up 10-20% depending on exact fills. A quick plan. Scale out into strength. Sell 50 to 75% of your position between $29 to $31. That's the nearest resistance cluster, market psychology, recent bounce target zone. Keep 25 to 50% for a possible squeeze toward $40 if crypto runs. Stop loss. If you're purely a swing trader, consider a hard stop under $24 for this position if you paid $26. If you're more conservative, tighten to $25. The idea is, BMNR moves fast, so exits should be pre-planned. If you are an investor, multi-month view, bullish on ETH and the management thesis. A buy zone for longer holders who want exposure but avoid paying a premium. $22 to $26 on strong dips. This is the value area after recent dips. Hold targets. $45 to $50 as a base target if ETH runs strongly. $100 is a stretch target. See math. Use dollar cost averaging rather than lumping all in. If you are bearish or worried about dilution, the company's authorized shares increase, vote approved recently, means management has capacity to issue massive new shares. That's a real dilution risk. If you don't want this exposure, consider trimming or selling on rallies above $30. Conservative exit. Fully exit if price breaks and stays below $20 on material negative news. By the way, if you are getting value from this video so far and want more like this, please like the video, it means much to us, and hit the subscribe button and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Why? The bull case and the bear case. Bull case, what would push BMNR to $45, $50, even higher? ETH price surge. BMNR's NAV is mostly ETH. If ETH rallies 2-4x, the value of BMNR's treasury and NAV per share shoots up. That translates to upward pressure on the shares because investors treat BMNR like an ETH proxy. Recent disclosures show millions of ETH and $14.5 of crypto/cash. Strategic investments with upside, deals like the $200 million Beast Industries investment, if successful and accretive, diversify the thesis beyond just ETH hoarding. That can attract new investors and multiple expansion. Momentum and narrative. Retail and institutions sometimes push valuation above NAV for a story stock. Look at similar treasury companies during crypto booms. If sentiment flips massively bullish, e.g., ETH halving type narrative, big ETF flows, or broad crypto rally, BMNR could get a demand premium. Dilution risk. The company got shareholder approval to dramatically increase authorized shares from hundreds of millions to tens of billions, enabling at-the-market offerings, convertibles, or other dilutive capital raises. That can massively dilute per share NAV if new shares are issued to buy ETH or fund investments. That's the single biggest structural risk to long holders. NAV volatility and correlation to ETH. BMNR's NAV rises and falls with ETH and crypto sentiment. A 50% crypto crash would eviscerate NAV and the share price quickly. It's not a cash flow company that pays out profits, it's a treasury play. Governance and insider incentives. If insiders believe in long-term ETH price of $1 million, hyperbole, but illustrative, they may prefer issuing equity now to buy more ETH rather than protecting short-term shareholder price. That's a principal-agent conflict. You own shares, they own the coins. That can mean you suffer short-term dilution for long-term treasury accumulation. Think of BMNR like a mango farm that owns a huge orchard, the ETH stash. If mango prices triple, the orchard is worth 3 times, and the farm's stock rises. But if the farm sells extra shares to buy more saplings, dilution, each share owns a smaller slice unless sapling growth outpaces dilution. That's why you need to watch authorized shares like a farmer watches the cloud for storms. Or imagine you and your buddy each own a parachute company. Your buddy insists on selling more tickets, issuing shares, to buy a bigger plane of mangoes, ETH. He thinks mango prices will be insane in 10 years. Your ticket might be worth a fortune if mangoes go nuts, but you can be diluted if he sells too many tickets while mango prices are flat. BMNR is essentially an ETH treasury in public shoes. It can pop higher if ETH runs or if strategic bets pay off, but there's a real risk that management issues shares to buy more coins. That dilutes you. Risks, red flags, and triggers to watch. Watch these triggers closely. Any news of a large dilutive issuance, ATM offering size increases, new convertibles, huge secondary. This directly reduces your per share ETH exposure. A sudden corp governance change that hands insiders more power to issue/shuffle shares without shareholder protections. Sharp crypto liquidity crashes. A 40 to 60% crypto crash will likely take BMNR down heavily because the balance sheet falls and market sentiment flips. Lack of transparency on staking/custody. If the company can't clearly show the ETH custody/staking setup, that's a governance worry. Note this as well. Daniel 7 verses 25 to 27 tells us, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him." Want more information about the books of prophecy? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage us to continue bringing to you more insightful videos. Do not miss out on our future videos. All I am asking is your subscription. Thank you for joining me today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's love.